This is Hidden Killers Week in Review.
A look back at the most prolific stories of the week.
Welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
They thought it was the perfect crime until the body was found. You're listening to Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski, featuring psychotherapist and author Siobhan Scott.
Diddy, baby oil, and drugs. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, we are. Joining me to discuss, Siobhan Scott, psychotherapist and author. Yep, those are the three words that we have combined now as we continue down the dark road of the Diddy debacle. An attorney, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, coming forward with allegations from one of her clients, stating that, they believe that Diddy drugged the baby oil, possibly with something like GHB. Again, this is the allegations. While, they were at the freak-off parties. It wasn't just the liquor anymore. They had to go as far as the baby oil. What was your reaction when you heard this one?
It just gets weirder and weirder, layer upon layer of this, depraved behavior. And it's just kind of revulsive. I mean, it's hard to imagine how somebody could have become this drunk on power and this depraved.
And this is, when you're talking about what would be going on here, this is not somebody, his victims anyway, where, okay, they had too much to drink and their inhibitions are down and maybe they're making poor choices. If they were drugged, which we've heard much about that with Diddy had specific drinks here and there. So if that's true, you got that going on. And then the baby oil itself. So it's like if the drinks failed, if the drugged drinks failed, well, then the baby oil is going to finish the deal, it seems. Someone had to think of this process. Someone had to literally go, well, drugging him, that should take, that's not enough. We gotta lace the baby oil with stuff. How does one go to this level of thinking of depravity of let's do that?
It really speaks to me of someone who spent a lot of time thinking about how to victimize other people and somebody who seemed to enjoy that process of, look what I can do, look what I can get away with. And that's what I mean with the word depraved. It's just like who lives on earth and puts their energy into thinking up things like this? It's so strange. Well,
and then you got to think of, okay, if you're trying to put yourself in the shoes of someone like this and assuming these accusations are true, you essentially have a victim here, and we've heard stories now from many of Diddy's alleged victims of saying they woke up, they didn't know what the hell happened, their clothes were off. Diddy said, oh yeah, I just did this to you or something of that nature, and they were horrified to know that. What you're talking about here is people so drugged that they're in such a catatonic state. It would be as if you were having sex. This is rape we're talking about here, but having a relation of some way, shape, or form, not consensual, with someone who's basically asleep or like they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fucked up. This is beyond just, they're going along with it because they're on the right mind. And this is like you have mannequins that you're having sex with, but they're real people. What is going on with that? Can you make any sense of that with the level we know about Diddy, this level of control and narcissism, that this would be an appealing thing to someone?
Yeah, it's actually, there's a subset of people who are sex offenders. We talk about the paraphilias, which is somebody who has an abnormal sexual arousal pattern. They're attracted to things that are just so far out of the norm, we consider it a disorder. Yeah. And having to have intercourse with unconscious people, that is a thing. That is something that you can find online and read more about if people want to look that up. But there are people who even with their partners, they prefer to have their partner drunk and passed out or drugged, and that's their preferred way of having sex. So what does that speak to? I don't know, other than the desire for absolute power and control. You know, they get this rush of adrenaline from feeling like they can completely incapacitate another person and take all control away from them.
I mean, that really is what it comes down to. It seems. I mean, maybe this is not extremely complex, but it's like we obviously know he likes power and control.
Yeah.
But all the way to that level. I mean, it's a state where, you know, I guess no one can object to anything. You know,
Exactly.
and that's the thing. And I guess that's key if you're doing really horrible things to someone's body.
Yes.
That they're not going to approve of.
Yeah, I think it's power, control, the desire to subjugate another person, to say, as you said, mannequins, I can pose you, I can do anything I want to you, I can humiliate you, I can film all this, I can come back and watch it later. That's a very dark, twisted mind.
Yeah, it's beyond. Welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
You're neck deep in a dark, twisted tale, and just as the tension peaks, bam, a commercial about some miracle diet pill breaks the spell. It's like finding a fly in your soup after the first bite. But here's the fix. True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. You get to enjoy your crime stories without the junk, ad-free episodes, extended interviews that go beyond the surface, and early access to all the gruesome details. It's like swapping out a can of cheap beer for a glass of fine whiskey. So search for True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe and keep the darkness flowing uninterrupted.